everyone. I am Lynn with Psychic Focus, and today we're going to have a look at China and what's going on with them with this whole conflict that's currently going on over with Russia. So real quick before I get started, please go and hit the like button. It really does help me out, gets me seen just a little bit more. And without further ado, here we go. It says, "Hi Lynn. I'd like to propose a reading on the role of China within the context of the Russia conflict." And I'm trying to choose my words wisely, guys, because I'm not wanting to get flagged. I'm trying to work against the censorship, not have it beat down on me more. So I'm hoping you get the gist of this question as I proceed forward here. This person says, "I believe that in previous readings, China seemed to be aligned with Zidane," we know who that is, "and the NWO plans, but I have also read that China is supporting Russia. Putin has calculated that he will be able to survive the West-imposed sanctions against his nation with the support of some deals previously established with China." So everybody's backstabbing and playing everybody else here. Is China playing a double role in favor of the NWO and against it at the same time? And if so, which side will China align with in the end? So what do I get with this? China's absolutely strategically playing a role here. They've been trying to regain their superpower and status for a long time, and with the current state of the world, they're creating their opportunity. They have watched the shifting top countries and witnessed them slowly becoming destabilized. They have seen the effects of the marketing, the consumerism, the instant gratification, debt as a result of that, changing family structures, the whole family breakdown, destruction of culture. We see that being dismantled. And most recently, the devastating effects of these manufactured illnesses that have been unleashed on society. Any one of them, you take one of those things and it's difficult to overcome, but with all of them combined, in addition to the political unrest, there's just been this gateway for someone else to step in. If you keep your country solid and you don't succumb to all this, you are already that one step further, that one step ahead. When people are focused on their own basic needs, it's hard to rally together and fight external forces. And people, they're trying to take care. It's like you can't take care of your neighborhood if your house isn't in order. And that's kind of what's going on here. People are trying to get their house in order, and you can't worry about what's going on around you in the capacity when you have other things that are on the forefront of your mind. China was to use all the above mentioned things to gain a major foothold and control the U.S. They are already buying up real property, and they've created a scenario in which the U.S. is in serious debt, and we have been for a long time. This is a perfect storm because the U.S. is vulnerable in the event that they cannot pay what they owe. So then what happens? They can come in and say, well, you can't pay what you owe. We'll just take X, Y, Z, and we are vulnerable as a result of that. Now that Russia has pulled the U.S. into this, and the U.S. is not completely virtuous in their motives for being in this, people, please wake up. But I digress. Back to the question. China is loving it. China loves that we're involved in this mess. The enemy of our enemy is our friend, and China has a new-ish friend. As long as the U.S. can be affected negatively by what is happening, China is on board with helping Russia any way possible. You can't trust them. They're going to do whatever and play whatever role they have to because they ultimately want the control. China has to pretend or have at least an illusion of being in line with the U.S., but it's only for appearance sake. They despise us, and they want us to fail. Sadly, I get that many of these events have been orchestrated. It isn't an exact script. It's not like they have it written out and passed out and said, okay, here's what you're going to say and what you're going to do. But some powerful political leaders sold out the U.S. a long time ago. So it's almost like the sequence of events has been out there, but the exactness, it wasn't quite exactly scripted, but pretty well laid out like a blueprint. That was sold in exchange for some of the control that the U.S. had to offer, land, people, and resources. That's been done, and they keep continuing to do it. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this whole thing fully shakes out. It's unsettling times for sure, so please stay safe, guys. Watch the news. Try not to live in fear. Live in the now, but always be prepared for what could potentially happen. And I will leave you with that. Thanks so much again for listening. Please share my work. All of it helps me out. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.